I'm on another electric bike this time. A big boy, a bad boy's bike. Same thing, scut round thing, familiar from Triumph, you remember. It's got Mickey Mouse mirrors, ideal. It's got a hexagonal clock. It's going to be interesting. What's it going to do? Oh, lights on. No. There we go. 83%, so it's like almost full tank. Turn that on. We're ready to rock and roll. Yeah, this is like a metallic grey colour. Quite nice. A cipher. Yeah, marvellous. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, this is much sharper. Yeah, when I say much sharper, I mean much sharper than the other electric bike I rode, the little one that it's supposed to be like a 125 but goes like a 250, 300. Yeah, marvellous. So this is supposed to be like 1000cc. Semi-frog-legged position. It's not uncomfortable particularly. This doesn't sound as much like the Tube. Suspension's quite hard. I don't know if it's electric. I don't think it's electric. And I don't think it's got Brembo brakes or anything. But I will show you something when I get back. Yeah, marvellous. Look at that, and silence. Amazing. What a beautiful church. And then we're off. Oh, this is just splendiferous. Yeah. This is slightly different. I'm not particularly economical at the moment. Yeah, this is a whole different ball game. Yeah, I was going to say ball league. Yeah. Yeah, this is like a sports bike. Now, I don't know, I guess price-wise it's probably equivalent to a sports bike. I don't know, I'll have to check when I get back. I can't remember how much this one is. But I think you're heading upwards 23,000, something like that. Not sure. It'd be interesting to find out. But we'll go down here. Marvellous. Seems funny. You know, in this world we're living in, we have a steady on there. But what is strange is it's a bit like being in the right gear all the time. Yeah, imagine being in the right gear all the time, no matter what you're doing. Doesn't matter. And I tell you what else I like. I like the fact that your back brake's on a foot rather than, you know, on your clutch hand, because that could be potentially catastrophic at the sort of speeds this could do. Yeah. And I know that from that Suzuki address I rode. Yeah, I kept pulling the back brake instead of the clutch because there was no clutch. Handling's absolutely splendiferous. Yeah. Obviously it's a naked bike and you're slightly prone, so the wind's no problem at all. And it does zip along. It really does zip along very easily. Now when we get up here we'll get on the big road. Marvellous. 30 again. just before we get onto here. Despite having that great big battery, it feels really light. It does have traction control as well, which is marvellous, and ABS. It's got a range of about 120 miles, so you could just about get to Southwold and back from home. Yeah, that'd be marvellous, wouldn't it? A nice little trip out there, use no fuel. The batteries on them, they're guaranteed for 5 years. Yeah. Yeah. But and they cost a couple of £1,000 at the moment, I think. It's weird, no engine sound. I'll just wait, give myself enough time. I tell you what, it goes. I'm barely touching the throttle. Barely touching the throttle. We've got a tractor up ahead. That sort of spoilt it a little bit, hasn't it? But a good time to have a chat, isn't it? Because here we are. This is the reality. You know, petrol or electric, we've still got the same problem. In the future, it's going to be electric cars. Exactly the same problem. Too many of them, and so we're sort of a bit stuck with what we can do, aren't we? You know, this, I don't know how fast it'll go, well over 100 miles an hour, and it'll get there pretty damn quick. I think 0 to 60 is 3 seconds, something like that. That's superbike territory. Yeah, it's getting there, isn't it? But it's going to be a quieter world we live in. Yeah, what can I say? But one thing I can say is I am going to enjoy combustion engines while I can, and I might enjoy electrics while I'm enjoying combustion engines, and I'll do it safe in the knowledge from the little rides I have had on electric bikes that motorbikes are not, they're not, no, and that's reassuring, isn't it? That's very reassuring, I think, anyway. You'll notice it is in sports mode, but here I'm just going to stop and do a little walk round, yeah, so you can have a look at it, see what you think. I've got to go past my junction, so we've got somewhere. There we go, indicator on, yeah. Don't know if they're self-cancelling indicators. Switch gears, pretty standard stuff. It's got a mode button, it's got loads of different modes. I'm in sport at the moment. Yeah, I know, naughty boy mode. So, here we go. It is bizarre. There we go. Stop like that. And motor's pretty cool, you can see. Yeah. What else we got on here? Range 90 miles. Ambient temperature 31. It's a bit cooler than it was. Motor's okay on temperature. Instant, well, I don't know what that means. I don't know, it's just numbers to me. I turned that off. There is a little noise from it. I don't know what it is, but there you go. So let's turn ignition off like that, and then we'll have a look at it, because I have a theory about this. Once you get away from the fact that there, you look at the outline, that it's not totally dissimilar to like the Honda CB1000R or the Triumph Speed Triple RR. Yeah, there's no engine, but it's a modern looking motorbike, and it is electric, but it is a motorbike. It is. Feels like a motorbike. Bit strange it being silent. Don't know what those brakes are, but I will show you a bike when we're back there. It's got Brembos on. There's an Italian made bike, and this isn't too shabby. You know, it's the same sort of ilk. It's got square, it's got shaped, but those lights are square. Look at that. Very strange looking, very modern. Obviously it's electric bike. Well, we live in a modern world, don't we? Everything's electric. Mickey Mouse mirrors, marvellous. Indicators, you know, it's a motorbike. It's got everything a motorbike has. Forks, disc brakes, alloy wheels, side stand. That's unusual, I admit, that motor. Yeah, but at least I made it a different colour. Yeah, nice little light, nice little seat. Not sure Mrs. Ollier Motorcyclist would like it on there, but there you go. So, there you go, Zero SRF for 15.6, equivalent to about 1000 cc's, something like that. Charge point there, quick charge. Yeah, about four hours to charge it up. You can do it with a plug. Yeah, marvellous. Like plugging into your computer. There we go, and we're off. I suppose the beginning there does sound a little bit like a tube. We'll get down here and we'll see how we go. Got to do the senses. Yeah, you know about taste. Sound, well, it's the same. It's silent. It's just an electric motor whizzing round. Yeah, that's what it is. It's an electric motor whizzing round. So, you know, it doesn't do very well. It's a comforting sound, and so I guess it might scrape some sort of recommendation. I don't know. To touch, yeah. Again, it feels quite nice shaped tank. Seat feels quite firm. Bars, yeah, it just feels like a motorbike. It's got to do marvellous for that, yeah. And then we're on to looks. Well, I've already told you, it looks like a modern 1000cc motorbike, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what it does. It looks like a 1000cc motorbike, which basically is what it is. And I tell you what, with that wind noise when you get up, don't matter that it doesn't make a noise, because you couldn't hear it anyway. Handling's pretty good, not too shabby, considering it's in sport, because that does that takes away some of the engine braking. Yeah. And then of course what we've got is The sixth sense. Yeah. Yeah. It's... How does it make me feel? It just feels like a motorbike. My feelings on it are fairly neutral. Yeah. That's what they are, fairly neutral. That's what I would say. But it really goes. It's exciting because it doesn't make a noise, and you lose some of that feeling, some of that connection between the engine, the mechanics. That's what you lose. That's the difference. Yeah, that's what you lose. But that's all. And yeah, if we've got no choice, if this is it, I won't be happy about it, but it's better than not having motorbikes. It is. I know that's not much of a recommendation, but it is, really. Would I have one? Do you know what? I would. I wouldn't have this one. I'd want the more relaxed one. Yeah, and I'll show you what I mean. That's like the RS, and I wouldn't have the RS either. You know, the Triumph 1200 speed triple RS. I wouldn't have it. No, I wouldn't have that. But I would have this because it's electric and it's fast and it don't cost anything to run. It costs a hell of a lot to buy, yes, but you know, let's turn that off. Have one more look at it, because you know what I'm going to say as well. You know what I'm going to say. It's got no centre stand, no. But there you go. Only for cleaning purposes. Yeah, 15.6 kilowatts, I suppose, is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to work it out. It's numbers to me. You know how I feel about numbers. Suspension's a bit firm. Don't know about the brakes. They could be improved, they could be better. But I think this is sort of the starter market type manufacturer. If you look at some of these here, you'll notice these. Look at that. You tell me, from a distance, you would have no idea that that's electric. Look at it, Brembo brakes a lot. Equivalent of the Tag, I suppose. Look at these, just like a racing bike. What can I say? I mean, look at that at the end. It's marvellous in the Italian colours. Absolutely splendiferous. That's all I could say. Scooters, marvellous. Don't know what the range is on them though. That's the downside with those. And off-road beasts. I mean, look at those. They look fun, don't they? Anyway, I mean, look at that. You'd never know from a distance. Marvellous. 0. Marvellous, yeah. And, you know, if the time comes, as the Prophet Stewart reckons, that 0 just might be your hero. Yeah, remember that.